Come on, everybody, let's start the show. A quick ahoy hoy and away we'll go. Richard's got a minifig and Flynn's got a pin. The gang's all here and it's time to begin. TrickyBricks roll call. Moto, Holly, Kara, and sometimes Blair, Clicky, Logan, Ms. Thing and Angela, and Thunderman Ho! Now you're here to grab your bricks and let's go to the TrickyBricks Build and Check Show! Ahoy, hoy, everyone. Everybody, how's it going? Hope you are having an awesome Wednesday. It's Wednesday.
We are. We were up early.
We haven't done a show We haven't done a show not with a guest in a little while, so I'm back to pushing buttons, and I hope that I remember, like how to do it all.
Like an old-time radio DJ.
Exactly.
Put those carts in.
Exactly. I'm doing it right now. I'm plugging the carts in as we speak. So, golly, hope everybody is up and ready to go. We've got a fun show for you today. Lots to talk about. We're doing our second incarnation of Work in Progress Workshop. So we're very excited about that. And here, I'm just going to do some... No, that's a little too much. There we go.
That's better.
How about that? All right.
What do you think? Can you see us? I think so.
So well, first of all, if you enjoyed that opening animation, and I'm sure you did, that was by Yano River Blue, Femme from the Block on Instagram, who did the amazing opening animation for us. We're so excited about it. And if you missed it, you can actually go to our YouTube page, and there is, you can kind of like see it on its own and examine it.
Yano's Instagram. Am I crowding you here?
A little bit.
Yano's Instagram is very cool too.
It's delightful. It's delightful. Super fun, and you should be following her on Instagram if you're not already. So, I'm gonna have a sip of coffee.
These two will stand in for us. Clicky's on break.
All right. So
it's Mini Doll Us.
It is Mini Doll Us, everybody. I'm sure that that was from our Logan build that we did.
Yep.
So let me see. We've got
there's a lot going on, right?
There's a lot going on. We've got a script here, so I think we'll do this first. So
yeah, that sounds good.
First of all, it's time for pins. It's pin time.
Pins.
We have non-Lego or Disney pins today. Oh my goodness.
Well, there are so many cool pins out there. I think I bring in non-Disney pins.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. So what do we got today?
This one is a 12-sided die right there.
Oh wait, sorry,
autofocus isn't going. Clicky, are you back? I think you are. Well, that's a 12-sided die right there from Ms. Slowbrickta.
And also from Ms. Slowbrickta, a 20-sided die that I'm going to be wearing today. Now, I guess it's not officially a die because it doesn't have numbers on it, but that's what it is to us. These are ours. So thank you, Ms. Slowbrickta.
Yeah. Oh, check this out. This makes me think.
Well, let's see. Ouch.
Check this out. This thing.
Oh, awesome, Chris. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
So I'm working on the camping challenge for Bricks by the Bay. And inspired by Yano and Ms. Slowbrickta, I'm doing. I was gonna try and do a geodesic dome on like the moon or Mars. I don't know if it's gonna work out, but check this out. It's only slightly cheating because 5 of these angle connectors don't exactly work, so I'm stressing them a little. But with these little rubber connectors, I can make up for all of the non-matching angles.
Ahoy, hoy, Ms. Slowbrickta, we're wearing your pins today. Thank you so much.
Right? And we have a shape just like this. It'll be 12-sided when it's done.
Very cool. So
it's hard to come by a lot of the same Technic connector, I find.
It is true. It's true. Yeah, that's a lot. Well, I mean, that's a lot, right? How many for each one?
Well, there's 5 for each one, and there's 12 sides.
Yeah. Oh, Will Letchworth is here. How's it going? Went to the Van Gogh exhibit in SF on Monday. It was awesome.
Ooh,
we're actually going
on
on Monday.
for the holiday. So we're very excited about that.
Yeah, with Brick Picker.
Yeah, so our friend Brick Picker Dave. All right, so let's see who is here today.
All right,
if you are in the chat, let's say hi to everybody. Abby the Brick Squirrel is here. Albert Lee. Apples. Aubrey is here. Hi, Aubrey. Brick Literacy. Brickanista. Bubs and Lava Bat. Hi, how's it going? Chris Parcel in New York Chalice. Awesome, thank you. Darren Siegfried is here. Delicious Foods. Fabufan MKE
is here.
Greebling Wizard. Holly is here. Ahoy, hoy,
Hi,
Holly. Hooded One. John Luttrell is here. Good to see ya. Joseph Zawada. Lil Scrap is here. Hey, welcome. Minifig Chick, Monica Berry, Moto, and Ms. Slowbrickta.
It's the new Emscapades.
The Emscapades. The never gets old.
I know. It's not for me.
Patrick Wismer is here. Rob Zaccardi and the Zaccardis, Lana, Elena, and Vanessa. Hi.
Robin Eklund is here.
Sarah Silverman. Hi, Sarah. Shane Levan. As always, thank you, Shane, for being here. The Hornburgers are here.
Another of our wonderful moderators.
Ahoy, hoy, Hornburgers. We've got, that's us. We've got Will Letchworth is here. Zach Martinez and Zarakino.
Did you almost call him Lil Letchworth?
No.
Will Letchworth.
Because I was looking forward and thinking about Wilfred, and I was gonna say like bonsoir to Wilfred, but wasn't here, and then it was just so many words. So many words. So, gosh.
Well, and welcome to everyone who's not chatting and who's on Facebook or anywhere else.
And hi, Heather Brownlee and Yvette B. Hi, how's it going? Good to see you. Wow, everybody coming on in. Once in a while, you could start from the bottom of the list. Maybe we should, although...
We think about that.
Although, that might be kind of terrifying.
I don't know. I think we should try it.
Oh, man, I don't know.
Well, as a B last name, I was always early. That doesn't mean I was first picked for dodgeball. No, but I was early for roll call.
Neither.
I was last picked for dodgeball, but that's okay. I was reading the encyclopedia.
No, I love the idea of doing it backwards. Richard's a fan. Surprisingly, you'd think it would be the other way, that I'd be like, yeah, backwards, and I'm like, no, backwards, and Richard's like, yes, backwards. So,
well, I think we can
bring in the chaos.
Yep.
Zach Martinez, how's it going? Good to see you. So golly, yeah, Johnny Cat is here.
Hi, Johnny.
Very good, very good. So let's see what we got here. Oh, so you know, I realized that's not on here.
What's that? I know, that's what I'm wondering. Should we go ahead and do that?
Yeah, so let's go ahead and do that.
We're gonna do another of our features.
We've got a new feature, as you know. We've kind of done stickers.
We've done hundreds of stickers.
We've done so many stickers. Yep. So now we're doing minifig show and tell.
Minifig show and tell.
So I'm working on a new opening for that to replace the sticker one. But for now, we're going to be doing this. So, all right.
Let's see. Is Clicky standing by?
I believe Clicky is standing by in the control room.
Right here, we've got Godzilla or Dino Guy Lizard Man.
He's called
Lizard Man is his official name. And from the Series 5 CMFs. And
such a cool
Flynn
one.
tells me he's hard to get, actually.
Yeah, I've been wanting that one I had wanted that one for a long time, and we got it in a bulk buy, and I was so excited because it's just such a good one.
Yeah, and he's pretty cheerful too about the whole thing.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. I was rushing. I tripped you up.
Clicky, please. I think Clicky needs to be on hand for any possible
helping out.
Focus moments.
This is a saucy Clicky right there.
That is saucy Clicky, right? So mine for today, thank you, Clicky, for your help. I have the Winged Monkey, and it only came in a Lego Batman movie set.
Wow. Look at that outfit, too.
Another one that's really hard to get a hold of. And the really, really cool thing is it has sand blue wings, which, again, are kind of rare.
And an open vest. And it's a pretty short sleeve open vest.
Yeah, so it's a really, really cool one, right?
Face.
I really love it. And so it was the only time it's ever appeared. And other than that, it was you had the brick built ones that they did for Dimensions.
Yeah, we had
which
those.
were cute.
And it had that fez piece, the truncated cone for the head.
Hey, Matthew Builds Bricks is here. How's it going?
Well,
happy birthday! A little early. I know it's tomorrow, and we
Matthew,
won't be
happy
able to we won't see you tomorrow because we're not here. But oh yeah, and also check this out.
Look at that tail.
He's got the fawn legs with the backwards, the sort of
in
the
gray
backwards animal legs. Yes, sand blue, not even gray. These are.
Is that the legs are sand blue?
The whole thing is.
Yeah, the photo looks a lot more blue, doesn't it?
Yeah, so I'm really excited about I've got all of the Oz figs now, including this, and I need to do a mock sometime soon. But it's so funny. I've explored the Wizard of Oz and Alice in Wonderland in multiple. We did. We did do it before CMFs.
Cast the. You got Friends wigs for the Cowardly Lion.
Indeed. All right, so there you go. Those are our
minifig show and tell.
Minifig show and tell for the day. So we have some Lego news, friends. Lego news.
New.
We are going to talk about here for a second. So everybody, last week we got the Daily Bugle. These are coming fast and furious, friends. Fast and furious.
I don't know why I always want that RKO sound,
It's coming.
Well, I can make it, man.
Okay, so this is the new set that got announced yesterday, the World Map. It's new in the art category. So it's the largest Lego set pieces-wise ever produced.
Wow, are those all 1x1s, the whole thing?
Yeah, at 11,695 pieces.
That's a lot.
So they're all individual pieces, but they're tiles this time rather than the studs that they used for the first round.
Are they round tiles? I see a lot of spaces. They must be round.
Yes, all round tiles.
Well, I see the first thing I really like about it is it looks like you can customize it so that it's whatever place you are in the world centric.
Yeah, so of course, because they all split into the little squares, you can split it up. So I have seen a lot of not so great reactions to this so far. Some people say, I don't know. I gotta say, it doesn't do it for me. I find it. Oh, well, first of all, it's huge.
Yeah,
it's it's been, and I mean, I know there are people who enjoy it. I just personally, it's just not for me. That's all. But I appreciate the art that went into it and the design that went into it. Obviously, it's hard.
Well, you know what this would be great for? Although I'm sure with that many pieces, although I understand it's a pretty good price per piece, I think it would be great for a geography teacher. I mean, they probably are wanting to buy pencils and paper and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But how great would it be to say, okay, here's Africa. What are the countries? And replace, different countries with colored, pieces.
Yeah. And then there are places where you can put pins on, so you can add little dots on for where. I mean, it's not terrible. It's just not for me.
Yeah. Is it also, it looks like it's topographic, like you could make out the Marianas Trench there.
Yeah,
Notice I didn't point to it. I don't do that well with geography. I try. But it looks like it's topographic, like the ridges and the oceans are shown.
Yeah, and I thought it was interesting to leave the land masses all white. Yeah.
To me, that says, rather than geopolitical boundaries, that says, one world. It's a world.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. And also, too, let's be real. At that scale, you would not be able to put in, how would you possibly put it? Poor Liechtenstein.
Liechtenstein would have to be part of a printed tile.
A quarter of
a quarter round?
A quarter of a quarter round. So I'm just saying...
Brazil might be
40
easier.
inches long, John Luttrell, you're right. It's big. It's big.
Well, see, I think this would appeal to people who like hard puzzles, hard jigsaw puzzles.
Yes, and I will also say that for people who do mosaics, this is probably your cheapest option. It works out something like 2 cents a piece, which is, and that includes the big black Technic square pieces that connect everything together.
Well,
and those are the expensive ones.
Yeah, they're pricey, right? So it's the same as on the regular mosaics, all put together.
Yes,
so you don't
put in
go
little
completely
squares.
mad. You're just dealing with 16 by 16 at a time.
Yeah. I mean, it would be really great to have for somebody who's like, as a mosaic starter set, it's great. And it's $250. So it's, a little pricey, but again, on the piece to price comparison, it is cheaper than most.
Yep.
So
and then I could see people right now. I could see people figuring out rebricks of this. Like, what can you do with exactly these pieces?
Yeah. So there's a lot to like about it. I just find the design overall not super exciting to me, and I also find it odd that that they would release this with the globe coming soon.
Yep. Well, I know whoever designed this worked really hard on it, and mapping is challenging. There's the abstraction of taking it down to just this many pixels, but my imagination is a lot more fired by the globe. I think I want to go up and I don't know if you can spin the globe, but it just, I don't know. We had one growing up, and it's more exciting to me. Can I say that and still respect this really cool piece?
Yeah.
That the globe is more exciting to me.
I'm not excited. I'm not super excited about it. I'm more excited about the globe. And I wasn't meaning to imply that people hated it on the internet. I'm just saying I
had mixed reaction.
It had mixed reviews, and a lot of the ones I saw were not necessarily positive, or just more of a meh, if you will. But I think it's great for again, as like a parts pack, a very expensive parts pack.
Well, Holly, I agree with you. Holly says, well, the map is an art piece and the globe is a display piece, so they're kind of the same but different. Yeah. I get it, and I think along with what was the piece we were just talking about? Things that are aimed at people who are not Lego collectors because they want a display piece of that cool thing. Yeah. There might be a bunch of people who are into maps who think this is a super cool map as well, because there aren't a lot of Lego maps.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, there are other $250 sets that I would want to buy before this. Ninjago City Gardens.
Like, maybe, let me see, other $250 sets, like a classic space poly bag.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding about that. I was trying to put something together with elves.
And Monica brings up a good point. Some people have more wall space than display space. It's true.
Yeah, we have basically neither. We could start mosaicing our doors next, I think, but we have art hanging just about everywhere there is some place to hang something.
Got it. Yeah, and like Holly says, not a day one purchase for many folks I know. And that's the thing. This not even I don't know. It's just again, not like a thing I'll be running out to buy day one. That's all.
All right, so that's the news of today.
That's the news. Lego news.
Yeah, there's many different targeted audiences,
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Let me see. There's us.
Hi, we're back.
Hey, so we are back. Hey, I'm Kevin is here. I'm Bored Toys. How's it going? You need some, I should have sent in a pic. I need some help with building a big spider web. Well.
Ooh, Flynn built that was your project.
I built a big spider web for our, one of our Lego Masters models. So if you need help, I'm happy to give you some tips on a giant spider web.
Hey, I have a story. I don't know. It's pretty short about Lego spider webs. One of the most exciting moments for me, maybe us, when shooting Lego Masters was when we found out that our Mega City build was going to get animated.
Yes,
and we got to meet with animators who worked on the Lego movie, and Flynn got to explain how he constructed his very fragile spider webs.
Yeah. Oh, and I just posted that video on Instagram yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yes. Because it just showed in the UK. So
That was super fun. It was so exciting to talk about them. They were excited about what we were doing. We were excited about what they were doing.
Oh, and I forgot to mention that world map that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
It releases June 1st everywhere but the US, and there's no announced date in the US for it yet, at least from what I saw. Yeah.
Got it.
Pink Wheels 3, you're right, it does. It makes my fingers hurt, too.
Oh, that one?
Oh, yes, and then there's the Taj Mahal, their new Taj Mahal set that's coming out, an architecture set that's like, remember, so before, that was the biggest set, the original Taj Mahal.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's a smaller architecture version of it. It looks just beautiful. So I'm excited to see that one. All right. So golly, what else have we got? Okay. So speaking of the internet, hey, Tech Productions, how's it going, Thomas? Speaking of the internet, yeah, all I want is friends, dots, and video. Oh, Kevin. Thank you. That makes me really happy.
That would be imagine rebricking that world map in Friends colors.
Ooh.
Well, you'd have to have a lot of pink.
There you go. So,
speaking of the internet
and people saying things, this is, I don't know. Oh, does it say? It says available June 1st USA? Okay,
Oh,
I was
cool.
looking at the press release earlier and I didn't see US on there, but I was also like flying through it. So I apologize. But there are a lot of sets being released June 1st elsewhere that we don't end up getting until,
Yep.
I believe, August in some cases. So, all right. So, internet stuff. If you are following the whole Lego Masters oeuvre from around the world,
We are.
and you've been following the most recent season of Lego Masters in Australia, you may be familiar with Sarah and Fleur, who were a team on that show. And today, there was a today Fleur posted a video, and I gotta tell you, it was heartbreaking to me. She detailed that they, she and her partner have endured like endless amounts of online hate directed personally at them, and not just about their builds,
On
about
each
personal
episode,
stuff
right?
at each episode every time. And I don't get it. Like, I don't understand it. It made me so sad. And I feel so thankful that we were able to avoid that when our season 1 was on. I mean, I'm sure people talked about us elsewhere on the internet, but nobody directly messaged us saying terrible things.
Well, we know other cast members from season 1 definitely did get hard
it's
messages.
true. They got some hard messages. And so, and this is now, I know like no one in our group, because we have such a lovely, positive, and supportive group here, would ever do something like that.
Yay, Tricky Lug.
So if you, this is just like, if you happen to have stumbled on this video on the internet, I don't know. I don't want to like drive the point too hard, but just remember that, like, especially when it comes to like TV shows, these are real people. And I mean, I know when we came out, when we came out,
what,
in
like
1989,
1437,
when our season
premiered.
came out, I was going around and defending a lot of ourselves and other contestants. And just remember that, like, these people are all online. These people are all, know each other. The Lego community, for being as big as it is really kind of small. And just remember, these are real people, and that they don't have control over the editing. They don't have control over how they're shown. So, before you post something personal to someone else, just, ask yourself, like, is this kind? Is this respectful? Is this helping in any way?
Well, we ended up too, like sticking up for. I mean, not that anyone asked us to. It's not like we're the arbiters of like web nicety. But sometimes, if I see people saying mean things about someone else, and in essence bullying them online, I'll stick up for them too, because some people just don't think about someone who's on television as actually being a real person who has real feelings. Well, they let themselves in for it because they put themselves on TV.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a terrible, terrible argument.
And again, this is just stuff that we're thinking about right now with the new season for the US coming out as well. And we're not talking about people who are nice.
Right.
To other people online. So this is not a finger wagging thing. It's just
it's just raising awareness.
That's what I'm saying. Raising awareness that
And I also think that positive support to something can help drown out the negativity.
Yep.
Right? Like just like with the Everyone is Awesome set, there was a lot of negativity online about that, which I was really, really disappointed about. But like our group, and I'm so impressed by all of Tricky Lug and everybody who watches our show. We did not receive one negative comment on any of the stuff we posted about the set. Like we got like one kind of like why comment, but everything else was just overwhelmingly positive, and I thought that was so yes. Is there a way for us to shower them with positivity and support? Absolutely. You can find them on Instagram, and her name is Watkins Fleur is what it is on the on Instagram, or you can just look up any of the those people. The version of the show they are on is the Australian one, the most recent season.
And they're on like season 57 by now, right? Like, Australia has put out a lot of seasons,
right? Yes.
I don't know how many. Is it 4?
Well, and
I'm wrong.
3, I think. I'm not positive. So, and also just wanted to say that this like ties in with the bigger theme of what our show is about today, which is the work in progress workshop.
Oh yeah.
It's hard to put your work out there, right? It's hard to put it out on Instagram. It's hard to put it out on the internet in general. And I'm so glad that we have had people that sent in their work in order for us to be able to talk about it and give it some attention and critique, kind critique and constructive criticism, I think is what's always important.
I have a question. How far along is the UK in season 1? Have they concluded?
No, they have not concluded. Last night's episode was maybe not our favorite episode.
Well, which one is it? Because it's maybe just what I want to talk about.
It's the storybook one.
Oh, okay. So then right. So before that was the bridge challenge, right?
Yep.
Okay. So just cards on the table here about putting yourself out there as an AFOL. I don't know anything about building cars. I didn't know anything about building cars before. And Flynn and I got this challenge at the beginning of the bridge challenge. There was a mini challenge to make a car and have it go the fastest, down a track. And we were really under a lot of pressure. And I think on that one, more than other ones, I really kind of took the reins. I was like, we gotta go. And I designed a terrible car that didn't make it all the way down the track. It was cute. It was, really swooshy and all that. But the axle was, it had nice lines, but the axle was such that it rode up on the side of the gutter and just stopped there. And that happened in front of 15 million people, right? Right? That poor design that didn't make it all the way and ended up costing us in the bridge challenge was something that was right out there.
It cost us a lot,
so
unfortunately.
I really, and the bridge challenge in general, I just really have a lot of respect for people who share their things out there, because it takes a little bit to say, this is something I made, and not everything is going to win a Nobel Prize.
It's true.
So I appreciate everyone who sent in their stuff.
So,
we have a smaller audience, not quite 15 million.
No,
right?
but you know what? We have a smaller audience, but we have an awesome audience.
Yeah.
And TrickyBricks and Tricky Lug would not be what it is without all of you and without all of your positivity and support. So thank you to all of you for your constant just outpouring of love and support for not only us but for everybody that is here. And whenever I go on Instagram and see comments by people from Tricky Lug on other people's stuff, it's just always so overwhelmingly positive and supportive, and it makes me a proud papa, proud gay Lego dad.
Gay Lego dads. And for me personally, like, I super appreciate how many people watched Lego Masters, but I didn't know them, and I feel like I know Tricky Lug so much better through people's comments and submissions and all of that. It's not, it's less of an anonymous place.
Well, I was talking about that the other day. Hey, Brett Hooper, how's it going? Welcome. I was talking the other day about with someone about the relationship that we have with our challenge coming up this week. By the way, everybody, the Wheels challenge, which is due tomorrow.
Wheels. Everyone just fell off their couch.
I
Sorry.
know.
It's Wheels.
So they now I've lost my train of thought. Oh yes,
we have a challenge
we've got a challenge coming up, and we're at the point now where we've seen everybody's work so often that I can generally know whose work it is without having to look at the paper.
Well, sometimes by photographic style, by backgrounds, familiar characters.
So yes. Yeah, so I'm just so proud of everybody and all of our TrickyBricks children.
Yay.
All right, so golly, it is 10:34.
Brett Hooper's
already.
here.
I know. I said hello to him.
Sometimes we do two parallel shows sitting right next to one another for a while.
What time for the challenge? It's 5 p.m. Okay, so I'll just tell you this. I'll let you in on a little TrickyBricks secret. So we say the deadline is 5, but Mairead usually keeps it open till about 10 because she doesn't usually do it until later in the evening. So there's usually extra time. Just saying that.
But if you can give lead time, the more lead time, the better, right?
Yeah, I mean, just do what you need to do. But and even honestly, even if it gets sent later, we try to squeeze everybody's stuff in. And we had that like epic Disney challenge that we did that had 70 people turned stuff in. I couldn't believe it. It was crazy.
Yeah, pieces were going by more quickly, but we got to spend some cool time with each one.
Yeah, and Jen was so delightful to have on the show. It's really,
we've had some
really
great guests. I've met a bunch of new people.
We have been having a lot of great guests, and that reminds me, like, we don't actually have. We had a guest booked for this Sunday, and then they had to change. So, and I also wanted to mention that moving forward, once we do, once Lego Masters starts premiering, we are going to be doing recap shows on Sundays to give everybody a chance to see the episode. But if you just watched it, our own Femme from the Block, Yana River Blue, and our own Brick Literacy are going to be doing recaps immediately after the show. So if you need that fix right after the show, you'll be able to go and check them out. Or you could watch it later, or you can come and watch our recap with Moto. And I hear a certain Bricks O'Brien may be joining us for some commentary. So yeah, very.
He has stuff to say.
He does have stuff to say.
Very entertaining, that one.
Yeah.
Well, so like with the news, we don't have to be the scoop, right? We don't feel like we have to be first out of the gate, but we'll be bringing our own take to it. And lots of special guests.
Yes, and lots of special guests. Oh, Kevin. Oh, Brian. I most certainly did tell you about this, and you said, I know we haven't confirmed. That's why I said I heard that maybe Bricks O'Brien may be joining us. I'm just saying. I'm not promising anything.
Get this. Get Flynn and his strong arm casting techniques. Look at that. We'd love it if you joined us.
We did talk about that. So, yeah. Anyway, Brian, just loves to give me a hard time.
There it is, Yano River Blue.
Yep, there you go. So there you go. Yes, Tuesdays at 9.
Are we even going to be able to see it live?
What now?
But
Sorry,
when the show comes out.
I got
Uh-oh.
This, I'm sorry. Spud Hill Farm says, "Hey, Yano River Blue, I heard my kids singing Chanelia while feeding the pigs today. It was so cute. That may be the greatest thing I've read all week, and I've read a lot of stuff this week.
That wins.
That is so awesome. Oh my goodness, that is amazing. All right. Anyway, we'll be having guests, and this Sunday, I heard that possibly we might be having some folks on that you've seen before as a guest on our show, but I will confirm with them first before saying anything.
Certainly.
Oh, Brett, it's your daughter Lucy's 8th birthday today. Happy birthday, Lucy. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Happy birthday.
Because you already got an awesome dad, so I hope you have an awesome birthday too. That's great. Fantastic.
You know, this reminds me, Flynn.
What does it remind you of?
Yano's comment and Spuds Hill Farm is we have another thing.
Yes, so I tried to get it together for today, but I wasn't able to, unfortunately, just because it was kind of a last-minute thing. But I wanted everybody to know, if you love our opening animation, you're really going to love the other animations that that Yano has worked on and created. Mm-hmm. So we will be doing, there's going to be a new Logan Cookie Time animation as of Friday's show.
Same music.
Same music, but with Yano's video opening, which is going to be great. And so looking forward to that. She also animated a new Thing from the Crypt animation and a Mail Time animation. So we are going to be premiering that with Ms. Thing, and we're going to be having, actually be adding a closing rolling credit sequence. I know we have a card now, and we're going to be using Yano's B-roll, so the stuff that either didn't make it into the opening credits or, is there but is hard to see because there's a lot going on.
Well, so just like in Marvel movies, and we just watched Thor last night, right? Stick around for the credits because you never know what you're going to see there.
Right, that's right. There's going to be multiple closing credit sequences.
Fun.
Exciting. Very good. So, and I spoke with Yano this morning, and she's really excited about it. We're really excited about it. There's going to be a lot to see. And I mean, I figured if we're going to have that amazing opening, we might as well have an amazing opening that is, matches all the other things that we're doing. So, yes. Yeah, basically, Yano is absolutely amazing. You are right. So, what you got there?
Well, I went to our local Bricks and Minifigs recently, and I got some cool stuff, and I just wanted to share with you. Look at this. I got these...
Uh-oh, Clicky's on the job. Hey, Bricks and Mortar, how's it going? There we go.
I got these great translucent... cockpit covers.
Ooh, very nice.
Green and blue there. And this one has kind of techno printing. I actually don't know what this is from. I don't think it's Nexonites.
It's not.
Do you recognize this?
I don't. It's from some of the older space sets, I believe.
Cool. Well, I like those a lot. I got 9 of these.
Insectoids is what.
Insectoids
or Exoforce. Yeah, look at that.
These
cool.
old
Those
truss
pieces. Space pieces.
Yeah, I haven't looked them up yet, but I got 9 of them, so those are cool. I got a little Duplo. Who is it? It's Duplo Logan. And I did just wait. Which way? I got a Duplo fire.
Well, you had to get one.
I had to, right? To go together.
Oh, can I show this one? Because I can't even believe
yes.
this. Okay.
Flynn was very surprised when he saw this one.
Can I tell you that there is a Duplo toilet with a pink cover.
Take that, Fabuland. Look at that business right there.
Dupe Logan. I love it. That's perfect.
It is. It's Dupe Logan.
All right, what else have you got there?
Okay, and since it was wheels, not only did I get these aforementioned giant wheels, I got 2 different styles
wheels?
of vintage wheels with these spokes.
I love the ones with the spokes.
Yeah.
Those are so cool.
Right, those, and I think this one is even older because it's an older gray.
Wow.
There. Check that out.
Very cool.
And then this is for the nerd in me, our 9-volt train there. These connecting cables for 9-volt trains always come apart and don't work. So I got 2 cool ones, so our train's gonna work.
Awesome.
They don't look as cool, but they do cool stuff.
How about that one?
Oh, look at that.
I love this
Another Duplo piece. That's surprising in Duplo. That a lot.
Yeah, I can't believe that you just dissed Fabuland.
Well, no, I love Fabuland, but does Fabuland have a toilet with a pink seat?
Well, you know what? It's all Lego, so it all fits together. Maybe they can share the toilet.
Or the fire hydrant. So that was my and then did I say this lime green
Thank you, Kevin.
tree?
Kevin says, confirmed insectoid silver in the planetary prowler from 1998. Very cool.
Pretty cool. Yeah, so those are my finds. How about that?
Very good. I am very impressed. You got a good haul there.
And you picked out this one saying that you had to collect them all.
Oh yeah, these, and there's a bunch of them. Yeah, there's a bunch of different ones. Look, I have a scorpion and a lion. There's a ton of other ones too. There's like a bear and a snake, and it's like a whole thing. There's at least
could make a giant,
7 or 8 different ones.
like a giant throne room.
Giant throne room. All right.
Well, we got a pink.
We got the toy. And there you go. All right, everybody, it is that certain time of the day. It is time for the pause that refreshes, soon to have a brand new animation, everyone.
Oh, he was already on his way.
It's Logan Cookie time. Hi,
he
Bubs.
was halfway down the hall.
Look who it is.
Already. This is hi to everyone. Hi. Say hi.
Yay. Yay, Logan. Oh, and you know what's even fun about the new...
Can you stay? Oh, good boy. Eventually, he's going to pop him off his nose. Not yet.
What a good boy.
You can catch one, too.
One more catch.
Ready? Good boy.
Yay, Logan.
And that's Logan Cookie Time.
Logan Cookie Time, everybody. Soon to have a brand new animation, and it's like an extended version. It's like actually longer than you would think. It's like I'm gonna have to figure out about the music.
I know Logan will start getting a big head. He's like, do I want to go on the walk? I don't know. And then he's psyched.
Well, you know, I want to show. I mean, so let me see.
What's going on?
Well, I'm kind of wondering if we could do like a preview of the new Logan animation. I'm just trying to figure out how I can get it into here.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm gonna try this. Let's try this. All right. So there's the world map.
Oh, we're gonna do some real-time changing here.
Yeah, watch this. We're gonna do
like magic.
I'm gonna do some real-time additions here, and you're gonna see this is tech is happening as we're going. Let's.
I'm not sure what's up with this clicky.
What's up with them?
This clicky looks a little woozy.
Yeah, and sorry you're having to look at a blank screen while I do this, but that's the way it goes.
That's okay.
Okay, here we go.
Worthwhile.
We got it. This is the new Logan Cookie Time animation by Yano. So I'm super excited about this.
All the cookies.
Amazing.
And the first mosaic. Who was the first mosaic by in that?
That was by Cowboy Cornado.
Thank you, Cornado.
So thank you so much for that. There you go. Yeah, I'm really exciting. Really excited about that. And there's plenty of other stuff that you'll get to see too. But we're gonna put the music over it, and yeah, I think
Thunderman
it's perfect.
Ho.
And Thunderman Ho. Okay. So now that we have done the whole
All the
thing,
features,
all of
features,
the many
features.
things, all of the many things, it's time to hit. It's time to do our.
We're doing a work in progress showing.
Sorry, I
aren't we?
need to. Yeah. I
Whoa,
gotta-
Doctor Who! What?
I know.
Ran into a Dalek there or something. Oh my goodness! Not quite.
Oh, sorry,
you
everybody.
needed-
I
you
had
needed to reboot.
Yeah, I did. Like the. Yes, it all
And
restarted
then what if
in my
his
head.
mask came off and it was like fembots with that Norelco face?
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So we're gonna do a work in progress showing.
we are doing a work in progress showing. We've got some. We had multiple people. Hopefully we will get to all of them. Now a couple people sent in 2 things, and we just chose one each so that we would be able to have time to check out everybody's. So oh my goodness. Only 22 copies of the Daily Bugle set at Stone Ridge, and there are 10 groups in the queue. Oh.
Oh yeah, that was one thing we were going to talk about, the Daily Bugle.
Yeah, it's big, and it came out today, and everybody wants it, apparently.
And that's the Daily Bugle.
There you go.
Hard-hitting news here on the TrickyBricks Build and Chat.
That's right. That's right. All right,
So
bye,
who-
Yano. Thanks for coming by.
Bye, Yana.
Hey, it's Unreal Bricks. How's it going? Welcome. So glad to have you back. It has been a while. We're still here.
Flynn, I am literally now on the edge of my seat. Who is our first work in progress showing?
We'll find out. Oh, and
Person.
as I'm Bored Toys is saying in the chat, please like the stream if you
Oh, yeah,
if you
it
would.
helps.
That would be awesome. It super helps us out, and we would be very happy for the help.
I forget, right up here in the corner is us in Perler Bees. Just smiling.
Okay. So, work in progress workshop. Here we go for the first one.
Wow, you have a big script.
Okay, so this is from Brick Snaps, and this fella Martin is wonderful. I love him. I love his work, and it's going to be like hard for me to say things about his work because it is all stellar. And he had never done habitat builds before. He usually does really big builds, and he just started. He did small ones for Disney Habitat Challenge, and did an amazing job. I was completely blown away. So this is what he turned into. He's doing an Alice in Wonderland Mad Tea Party scene, which is wonderful, and I love that he's decided to present it like long ways.
Oh, as opposed to down the end of the table.
Which is how I did mine, which was like down the end of the table, and mine was modeled after the ride. But this is fantastic. So it's Unreal Bricks. The way this works is we have a Google form, and you can upload mocks that you're working on. And if you want some help along with it, or friendly criticism, constructive criticism, and feedback, you can send it to us. And about once a month, we're going to be doing these work in progress workshop shows where we talk about people's work and help them out.
We may not be able to get to everyone who sends things in because we want to make sure and pay attention to it.
Yeah. Okay. So, Jake Sadovich points out I really like the red and white checker.
Yeah,
back.
me
Was
too.
Really great.
Makes me think of the Rose Garden, right? Chess and also the red and white Rose Garden.
Yeah. Now, so there's only a couple of things that I see that I would say maybe think about this. I love the trees. The trees are beautiful.
First thing that really stands out to me.
Yeah.
And then there's the roses in the background.
And the roses in the background. So if I was going to say anything, which is always hard to do, is I would think possibly, because you do have some extra room, is about maybe making the table just like a little bit longer. Because one of the things I remember from the book and from the movies, it's supposed to be this like really, really long table, and you do have some room to, to move outwards there. So maybe some additional room, which would also give you more room to put more awesome stuff on the table, right? Like, and I love the dessert thing, right?
The first thing that stands out to me is that amazing gray, pink, and sand green chair. Right?
Yeah, the chair designs are fantastic.
I'm trying to figure out what those vertical posts are that look like turned wood on either side. They're really great. I'm with Flynn. I think a little bit wider table, and I'd even go so far as to say maybe bring the table closer, because what's happening there seems to be so important, right? And
we also
the dormouse sitting on the stool on top of the books, I love.
Now. I just realized, hang on one second. I'm gonna do something real quick here. You can keep talking.
Okay, well, I think the trees are, the trunks of the trees being varied, and the one behind the Mad Hatter even having that sort of Technic angles structure adds to the surreal quality of it. I think it's a really great piece, and I also think the wide angle photography on it really also adds to that like distorted and vanishing point. Oh, one thing I wonder is, so are Alice and the Mad Hatter both looking at the Dormouse? I wonder.
That's what it seems like.
What exactly is the moment happening here, and is there any way that you can strengthen that narrative? Right,
yeah.
Because they're both Alice and the Mad Hatter are cheated out towards the camera, which is great because we can see their faces. But it seems like this is an action moment. And is there anything you can do to highlight that?
Well, I would also say that this may not be the angle at which taken. So
I understand.
I don't know how much we can judge about like where things are placed, but I do agree bringing the table forward to give more distance, like in the final photo. And here we can see more.
Look at
more has been added on here, and we can see the March hare in the background, which I love. Again, love the chairs, love the furniture.
All the desserts out, out on the trays.
Yep. Now,
and can I say something about that last photo too? If you go back to that one.
Yep.
Well, maybe it's less so. One thing that I like about this is that it's not perfectly centered. I think the slight diagonal on it brings me into the scene more. I feel in this one more like I'm at the tea party rather than standing back and looking at the tea party over there.
Right, and I do love this down build. And again, I see where you could absolutely stretch out that table just a few studs longer.
And I think I was wrong about bringing the table forward. I can see in this view, it seems like everything is very well like spaced to have space around it.
Oops, sorry, moved on too quickly here. So the only other thing that I would say, and I think it looks like you've already kind of started that, is I see you have that string of what looks like lights on the ground. Yep. And one of the things I remember, especially from the Disney version of the movie and the ride, is all of the lanterns hanging up and over everything. Yeah. And you may consider, like, I love the little diamond ones, but I feel like those look a little bit more like light bulbs. And just by using some 1x1 round cylinders or stacks of dots, or even
more like just colorful Chinese lanterns.
Yeah, they would look more like colorful lanterns. But other than that, it's and again, I'm like just finding things, but it's a beautiful build. And I love the tablecloth, the draping of the tablecloth across the front.
Yep,
is really great.
That's something I haven't seen before.
No, and then all the different furniture is the really
furniture
great.
Is beautiful.
Yeah, I really like that a lot. I would say too, depending on what angle you're going to shoot it from, if you want to see those fence pieces in the back, which I think is a great detail, you may want to bring them up. You may want to raise that whole back, and like you sort of, it looks like you kind of have a backdrop. If you see here, see how there's like a backdrop there? I would maybe raise that whole thing by three bricks.
And those Yeah,
maybe two.
I absolutely agree. It'd be great to see that more without having to have a very, from above
Right.
photograph.
So something, and this is just like briefly here, I would like to say is if you are building something specifically for bye Cowboy Cornado, see you later. If you're building something specifically for a photograph, get your camera or your phone out and look at your model while you're working on it through the camera, because especially if you're doing it for Instagram and you're going to cut it off square, you can't tell until you really look at it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it allows you to compose specifically for that photo, and the camera's going to see differently than.
Right, and I've composed a lot of, I've done that where I've like built something and then looked at it through the camera. I was like, oh, well, you can't even see X, Y, and Z things, so I'm going to need to like raise them or adjust them or change them in some way.
Yep, and a tripod sure helps if you can.
Yeah, absolutely. So excellent work, Martin. This is beautiful.
This is great. And the thing that really first strikes me is that red and white border. I think it finishes the piece so nicely.
Well, the thing about it is not only does it recall the checkerboard from the books, but it also makes me think of a tablecloth. And there's something like really meta about thinking about that sitting on a like a table
Tables
sitting on
tables.
a tablecloth on a table and a table.
It's tables all the way down.
So beautiful work, Martin. Thank you so much for sending that in. Okay, so this is from our friend Christopher Coster, TrickyBricks.
Much spookier goings on here.
And Christopher says, this build is for my submission to the Bricks by the Bay Let's Go Camping. I'm trying to get the feeling that something creepy is going on in the woods behind the campsite. And Carl in the little tree outfit is trying to scare Aaron and Christopher with his camouflage. Little does he know the forest has come alive and eyes are watching our characters. I'm not sure if the image is just too dark with too many dark elements, gray, dark brown on black.
I think part of it is the lighting and the gray background.
Right. It also looks like you've done some vignetting. And here's the thing I'll say about vignetting, and this is coming from I worked as a graphic designer, and I'm a huge fan of vignetting. And if you see all of my stuff on Instagram, I usually use them.
And my advice is always turn it down. Turn it down
so you can see when I say vignetting, what that means is when you darken the edges so that you can focus
highlight,
on something. I would pull back on the vignetting of this by a lot,
because it's muting the colors of the trees around the border, right?
Yeah,
and even muting some of the eyes in the trees. I think you have these great yellow pops against the gray.
Yeah,
and I think the color is actually there. It's just hard to see it in this photograph.
Yeah. I think overall, I think it's great, and I think you might consider. I don't know. I don't think that the build is too dark. I think that creates atmosphere, and it really makes your minifigs pop. And I think we have another photo. So yeah, that's a little further on.
You see how much warmer the brown is, especially to the left of the model. The brown has so much more color in it.
Yeah, I really I like it. I think it looks great. You may and Albert Lee said something in the comments that I totally agree with. If it was possible, it would be great if all of the eyes were looking directly, like if you could turn the eyes so that all the eyes are looking directly at your characters.
Yes.
There you get then you pull your focus, and then that vignetting becomes less important. Right?
I absolutely agree. I think it shows us where to look, and it'll bring it so much more alive. There's another thing I like about this photograph over the last one. I don't think for my personal taste, I don't know that it needs to be cut out and on a black background.
Yeah, I would say maybe not the black background.
A very dark blue or, something. But what I like about this photo so much more is that the pup tent is off to the side. In the other photo, I felt like the orange of the pup tent was overshadowing the yellow pops in the background. And here, it's less of a focus. I think it's a cool set piece, but it's not pulling attention away from pulling attention. What else happens if you zoom in a little bit for a shot?
Yeah, I would like to see that as well. And Holly brings up another good point, and we've talked about this before in our trees thing, is that have some of the branches on an angle would help break things up and give it a little bit more organic-y feeling. But at the same time, I also feel like that straight out thing makes it spooky, right? Like it's like spiky and rough, but I love and when I say rough, I just mean like it's scary.
Yeah, well, it also becomes almost like hair for this large central sort of owl cave creature, that's behind them. I love the tangly branch or roots around there. It looks like it might just, entangle them at any time.
Oh, Delicious Foods was saying something about dark blue, and actually dark blue could be a nice addition to bring a little bit of a cooler, like
you mean in bricks or in the background?
In bricks, in any of it.
See, I was thinking dark blue in the background might be nice because it would still say night, but it would give you some chroma in it, and I think it'd be a nice contrast to the green, and certainly it would set off the yellow.
Yeah, I love it. I love it as a piece, and I think that it has good focus so far, but I think it could have, again, better focus with all the eyes kind of like looking at them.
Yep.
But I think it's really great. Now he mentioned something about, do the rocks come across his teeth? I didn't get that immediately. I see it now, but I think they would almost have to be a little bit more regular and have bottom teeth in between them to really pull off teeth.
Agree.
But then it would block your campfire. And I don't think I don't think that's needed so much, honestly. Like, I feel like there's so much going on. And it's so wonderful that it doesn't need those extra elements. And you might even, for better focus, move this left-hand rock a little bit sort of back and to the side, wider, just so that we can really see that center scene.
Another thing occurs to me, a light inside the fire might be really beautiful. Like if you could put a bright LED in under the fire, it would...
You can do that in rendering, actually. So, yeah, I think this is, because this is a render, I think this is great. And I don't know that you have to entirely move the rocks, Christopher, because I think it's good to have some foreground stuff.
I agree.
But you might think about shrinking the size of them and just moving them the left one aside a little bit so you get more focus on that center. So
just so it doesn't upstage him in the scene.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
Well, I love this piece. I also really like the balanced asymmetry of it. It's pretty mirrored across the center line of the cave face, but the curved tree on the right-hand side and just the overall shapes of the branches break up that symmetry enough to keep it exciting.
Yeah, it's
I don't know. This feels all pretty done to me. Like, really,
it's solid. It's solid. Just some little zhuzhing, I think.
Yeah. And props for the uneven edge to the base plate too.
Love that. Always a fan. Always a fan. Very good. Very nice.
Oh, also, not that many people saw it, but we did fantasy magic trees with eyes on them in our storybook piece.
It's true. It's true. And in another one, I believe, as well.
I like eyes on trees.
Okay.
And now for something completely different.
Now for something very bright. This is from Fallen Equinox. And Fallen Equinox says, in the quiet town of Coalescent Bay, there has been a population boom. A big city real estate agent is quickly renovating an old bank into an apartment complex. When finished, the building would be 2 modular stories, include 6 apartments and an office, lobby, mailroom, laundry facility. An elevator will be included at the end of the hallway, hopefully not like The Shining. Obviously, I still have some walls to complete, but I like the outside color scheme so far. This is my second mock as a new AFOL, and I'm so thankful for your time and honored to have your feedback. Equinox Bricks.
Wow, well, there's a lot of cool stuff going on here already. The first thing that really stands out is I always call it Elsa blue, but that ice blue with the gold and the trans blue are really nice together. It has this kind of real soft quality to it.
Right. Well, and I love that medium nougat. I'm always a fan of. right? And I think they work really nice together. And I like the amount of glass that we have going on in the front.
It seems like you're going for a real. Well, I see a tension here initially, and that is that it's a very, very modern structure, right? We've got these modern, clean window edges, clean lines with those ledges above and below, and then this stacked plate structure, which is all very modern. And I think the masonry bricks almost cut across that modern quality. So I wonder how that's going to work when you get to the upper levels. Will it be like blocking where some areas are very modern and then some have more masonry?
Right.
I just wonder how those two are going to integrate.
Well, they did say that this was supposed to be an old bank building and being turned into an apartment.
Well, I can see the bank quality with this screen structure on the right.
But I understand what you're saying. I'd be interested to see, like, when it gets a little bigger, you may decide, or at least break up some of that masonry with regular plain bricks.
Yeah,
right? Just to give a little bit of...
You know, actually in KK, I got a chance to see some of KK Christopher Koster's drawings. And in some of the masonry textures that he does, he only sketches in some of the bricks and then has a large surface.
Right.
So you may find you may find that doing that really helps you out and gives a more greebled surface to, like in this picture, the upper right is a larger brick area.
Yeah, I can see that there's a lot of brick going on, and I would say don't forget to add your other touches. So, like in the front, you've added all that white and the ice blue, but on the back here in the corner, it feels like I don't see any of that. So, hoping that you're going to incorporate some of that into those areas as well, right? But I love the floor plan; it's really great.
Yeah, I love, like, I like to think of how can a minifigure navigate this, and they can get through all of those spaces. Something that I find a little confusing in this one, and I think when the structure comes together more, you could clarify this. I see these really strong white 2x2 columns, right? They're round 2x2s, piece of mail next to the one in the upper. And then in the room more to the right, I see this white angled column. And I would say, unless they're going to be in different parts of the building, maybe go with one or the other. Like when, when the building was first built, assuming they're not tearing it down to the ground, it was built with columns. And so was it built with round columns or was it built with corner columns? And I think that might... I think that symmetry and repetition in architecture goes a long way.
Absolutely.
If you repeat an element through a lot of windows or a lot of columns or are consistent with your room height, it adds to the feeling that this is a real building. And so I would say maybe make a decision between those two. I'm not sure. Or clarify what you mean to do with the angled column.
Right. Yeah, very good.
Oh, I also really like the inverse, the goal. Are those gold?
I think those are nougat.
Nougat inverse slopes that you've got going on in that hallway. And that's another stylistic element that you might want to introduce other places in the building.
Excuse me, Alexander 23 brings up a good point. He says maybe a 1x plate between the bricks and the window. So, because you don't normally see a window built right onto bricks, right? There's usually some kind of wood or something there.
Well, they show that in the right. There's like a ledge underneath the window.
Yeah, so just thinking about repetition of elements, which is really gonna tie it all together.
Yeah, and you could think too, like, so what did the bank look like originally, and what did they change? Did they decide to cover up a bunch of bricks with new clean color, or is the vault still there and it's turned into like the best apartment of all?
Right.
I think this is a great idea, and I love the work that you've done on it. And I would look forward to seeing how you expand on the design elements you've already set up.
Well, I also think window treatments is a really great way to incorporate that repetition that you're talking about. Like window and door treatments are great things to just like And what's great about that is you make one, and then you know what the rest of them are supposed to look like. So,
Yep. I see a challenge that you have ahead of you, though, in that ice blue only has so many support bricks.
Yeah.
It's cool that you have a snot piece in that color, but if you have to break things down into plate levels, like if there were a plate above or below these 1x2 blue windows, then you have to get that back with plates, and those plates in ice blue might be hard.
Oh, and somebody, It's Unreal Bricks was just mentioning that perhaps a column between where the two windows meet might make a cleaner appearance, and also bring some of that white over to the other side. Because right now you were saying all the white, but the white in the bricks. But I think it's a great. This is a great start, and for your second mock ever, it's very ambitious and really impressed.
I think it's a very interesting floor. Oh, another thing you might want to add or consider in your floor plan is, how do people get upstairs? Do they get upstairs from the outside?
That's something actually, and that's something too I'm going to touch on one we have coming up as well, so we can talk about that again.
Yeah, because adding stairwells in there gives you another chance. Is it a new architecturally designed glass stairwell, or is it gold, ice blue? Somehow they're going to want to get upstairs, and they probably didn't have to use a ladder to do it.
Yeah, but I love all the details you've already got going on. The little kitchen there is terrific.
Bathroom.
Yeah. All right, so that was Equinox Bricks.
Cool, thanks for sharing that.
So thank you, Equinox,
It'd be nice to
sharing
see
that with us.
As it develops.
Yeah, please send in more pictures, absolutely. And that goes for anybody who sends in stuff. We would love to see, the progress along the way. So, yeah.
Last thing? Think about what the floor is going to look like now, so you don't end up having to raise your entire model a plate later on.
Yeah.
So is the floor going to be gray with studs? If it's going to be anything else, you may end up wanting to raise some stuff up.
Exactly.
Because right now, I think if you added a plate or tiles to the floor, they'd be the same height as the doors, so that works.
Right. And so that's something to just remember when you're doing buildings in general. Absolutely.
I need to step away just for a moment.
All right, so we are going to, let's move on, shall we? All right, this is from our friend Diggy, and he says, let's see, I'm working on a 1987 Predator movie mock, but I have already made plans to design the decals for figures, but I need to put texture on the sides of the mock. Any suggestions? So you have all of these great studs off the side, and I would suggest adding slopes or something to break up the squareness of that base. I mean, unless you really, really want to have like a presentational, sort of like box, and in that case, I would just simply put tiles on there. But I know, look at the leaves on angles, exactly. But if you want to, Diggy, create an interesting shape, you could use those studs to put different bricks of different shapes. Like you could try cheese wedges would work. Certain slopes would work. I think it's a really great start. And I think that's a way that you could kind of make the sides of it interesting. Also, actually, with those studs, you could put trees or you could put branches on there, maybe, to create something that kind of comes up in the front, so it's not just a flat surface, so that you have a little bit of, in theater, we call them a ground row. So you have a little, like, bushes that sort of create a little bit in the front. But I think it's a great start, and you just consider what you might do there on the front. Organic greebling would be good, and I think you could also greeble the ground a little bit more. Yes, Spud Hill Farms, you're right. The land's already sloping. You could continue the slope off the edge. Absolutely, you could do that. That's a good idea. Albert Lee says maybe you could move some of the leaves from the bottom part of the tree, the very, very bottom, up to the top, so that there's a clear area where there's a trunk and then there's a canopy. Although I have to say, if this is from a very, very specific scene, I don't know it, so I can't really say. Tech production's very good, like some roots, seeing some more roots, and maybe spreading the base of that tree out a little bit might be a good idea as well. But it's a great start. Love it, and just think about the greebling on it, and please send us a picture of it when it's done. All right. Okay, so this is from our friend Meredith, Pink Wheels 3. This is Natalie. This is her daughter Natalie asked me to build a skyscraper for her friend's city layout, and since there are not enough mid-century modern Lego mocks, we went for a pink brutalist style. I love it. I used the modern New York State Capitol buildings as my inspiration, and along with some awesome medium pink Scala great elements, which I love. I finished the exterior, but have been short on inspiration and time to complete the interior. The back and I'm gonna, so you can see this, the back and the Scala gates pop off pretty easily for my daughter to play with. We are planning on making this the city hall or city municipal building for her Heart Lake city. Planned floors would be a cool lobby that opens up to all 4 floors in the rear. An elevator if I have the skill, time, and ability and room. The top floor is going to be for the mayor's office and a few other floors for meeting rooms. Wow. I love this building so much. The Scala elements are fantastic. Like, what a great addition. I just love the whole thing together. Now, as far as what you might do with some of the other floors, I noticed that you have a lot of room in this in the front part where all the glass is, right? You have a lot of room to put in a lot of detail. So and you've already sort of clearly defined that you have 4 floors. What I would suggest would be, yes, it is architecture, absolutely. What I might suggest to you is build in your stairs first, or your elevator, whichever one you're going to do. Now, an elevator, you could actually do something fun on the side of the building, although that might be difficult with what you've got going on. But if you're going to plan on, if you plan on putting in other floors, put your stairs in first, because they take up a lot of room. And with the switchbacks and everything, they take up more room than you think that they will. So definitely make sure and put those in first, and then build everything else around it. Now, as far as ideas for what you might have on your other floors, I think a canteen would be amazing, like a place for the employees to eat. So like maybe if it's a higher tech building, I mean, I know it's like the mayor's office or whatever, and a lot of those places often have like a little cafe inside. And it would also be, I think the cafe would be a really great way to break up just offices, because of course you think of a building like that and you think of like the offices. And what I also noticed, and this is just from my experience of going when I went in for jury duty, was there was a floor that had like a cafeteria, but then there was also like a little coffee cart in the lobby. So that might be a fun way to do, like add it in both. So like, yeah, like a cafe on one floor and then maybe like a little cart on the lower floor that just has donuts or whatever. And also be a fun way to bring color into it, into the inside. Like you've got plenty of color going on the outside. But I think it would be possible that it could, with just too many floors of offices, it could get a little, and so to break up the offices, something else that might be fun would be like a boardroom type thing, so that you could have like a sort of a little ante room and then like a larger room. So you could have your offices with like your cubicles or whatever you have on one floor, and then one floor is like an office floor and then like a boardroom. So then you could have one big open space, right? I think that would be cool. So, and then that way you would break up the sizes of your floors a little bit. I'm trying to think. Gaming for a break room, says Lego Creator. If this was Google, I would say, yeah, but that's absolutely, that's absolutely true. Oh, no. Delicious foods. No, please don't when you see these, they shouldn't make you feel like you want to put the bricks down. They should inspire you to build bigger and greater things. Like, always be inspired. Always be inspired. I did a thing for Google, so I went in and saw all their offices, and they had all that stuff. So yeah, I think those are, and I also think you could do, so like you have your cubicles, you have your boardroom, and then you could also have like the more executive offices that are, maybe there's only 2 offices or 3 offices on the one floor. And I think you could have a lot of fun detailing those out, because there's always like the people who are very normal and have like the very conservative and have the very like the wooden desk with the thing. And then there's always like the one person who's like kooky and has like Lego in their office, or collectible mini, collectible action figures or whatever, like kooky art on the wall. I also think your lobby could have maybe a really like large piece of artwork, like a big giant piece of artwork that hangs in the lobby, with a little waiting area and all that stuff. So hopefully those are some good, some things for you. I think those are some elements that you could add, but it's a beautiful building. The exterior is perfect, and I would not change it at all. So yeah, beautifully done. Oh, maintenance closet. Don't forget your maintenance area. You got to have a room that has all the little piles of toilet paper and all the like a supply, and also an office supply room is another idea. So there you go. I hope that was hope that was helpful. All right, beautiful. Love it. I love the I just love that Scala pieces are just such a brilliant use. Okay, this is from WGJL Builds. For my work in progress, I wanted to show my not finished Pinafore Park. I have a raccoon, a goose, baby goose, a tree, myself, flowers, and a hill with a sidewalk going around the whole part. I like to call this build Mini-Fore Park because it has a bunch of parts from Pinafore mixed together. I sent this in because I wondered if the model I built so far is good, and what could I add in the limited amount of space in the middle? And also, is my sidewalk system good? Also, I didn't finish the raccoon yet, so I had to hold it up. That's fine. I would say, bye, Holly. We'll see you later. Barbarian King, see ya. Oh, and going back to the back one, Albert, that's a great idea. Going to the last one, adding some little air conditioning units and stuff would be a really great way to trick out the outside a little bit. All right, so let's see, WGJL. I think you've got, I think personally that you could shrink the size of the sidewalk area to create more room in the center area. I see what you're going for, and I see the hill, but I think that you could, give yourself more space by confining your sidewalk to maybe just 2 or 3 studs around the outside. And expanding that green part in the middle. Now, I don't know I don't know the park that you're referencing, but maybe a bench that you could be sitting on. I don't know, like a bench to sit on, or maybe like a picnic blanket. But definitely, I think adding more green space, and it would also give you more room for your animals. Another idea, perhaps you could make your tree a little taller by adding some brown bricks underneath of the trunk and just raise the whole thing up a little bit. Again, would give you more room underneath, and around. So that would be those would be my biggest thoughts so far, because you got a lot of cool elements and not a lot of room to put them in. Yeah, picnic basket would be fun, but I think it's a great little build. It's a great start. And I would say just keep expanding on it, keep building more. And I would also say, like, go look at the place that you're referencing, or look at pictures of it. I think it's always a really, really good idea to do that. Let me see. If adding a bench and then adding a lamppost. Absolutely. I think this is great. You've definitely got a lot to go on here. So, all right. I love the raccoon. Okay, and that was actually it for today. I think we got to everybody's. Yes, we got to everybody's. Excellent. So I am going to go here. So thank you everybody for sending in your work for us to look at and talk about. We super appreciate that. I hope that what you learned here today will help you with your creaky.
Creaky door from the crypt.
I hope that this will help you with your mock building, and that you've gotten some ideas that you can take away. Thanks to everybody in the chat for turning work in. For giving constructive criticism and being kind and helpful with people's work in progress. We'll definitely be doing this again. It does, yeah. So don't forget, we do have the Wheels challenge. Make something with wheels. It's due tomorrow at 5 o'clock. So make sure that you get those in, and remember, you do have a little bit of extra time to turn those in.
Hey, I wanted to say to everyone, I'm so sorry that I have to get up and go. You know, I want to be here as much as possible, and it's a busier world with lots of time demands. So we're just doing everything possible to, for me to be here as much as possible.
Well, awesome. Thank you for that. And thank you, everyone, so much.
That's like an I Heart Tricky Lug.
Exactly there. And thank you so much for joining us today, everybody. And we will be back on Friday at 10 a.m. And I will give you more ideas about who is going to be here on Sunday, although I have a pretty good idea about who that might be. See, everybody says you're always here.
Arm
everybody
twisting.
knows.
Yay.
So thanks, everybody. And until next time, don't forget to stay safe, stay healthy, wear that mask if you still need to, get that vaccine as soon as you possibly can. And what's up?
We were like two airline stewards doing the speech symbols. I had the mask going on when you're like pointing out the emergency exits.
All right, everybody. We will see you next time with all of our new animations by Yano River Blue. All right, bye everyone.
Happy building.